And now, let's join ace broadcaster Mamode Akugha as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, Mamode Akugha. Today's package is a mixed reel of burning issues in the Niger Delta, and we kickstart with a follow-up on the succession controversy surrounding the highly revered Olu of WARRI STOOL in Delta State. Our second report takes a look at progress made so far with ongoing forensic audit of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, which was ordered by President Muhammadu Buhari in October 2019 to retool its processes. Next in today's lineup is a report on human casualties recorded in the wake of a joint military operation carried out recently to flush out criminals from communities in ESSIEN UDIM local government area of AKPABIO state. And finally, in today's package, we'll bring you an update of an economic empowerment program conceived and implemented as part of constituency projects of Honorable Fred AGBEDI, member representing SAGBAMA EKEREMOR Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, we'll be back after this time out. Don't go away.
Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, determined to make a difference.
Welcome back. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. As the dust gradually settles over the unveiling of Prince Shola Emiko as the Olu designate of WARRI Kingdom, what has become clear to everyone is that the 1979 Bendel State Traditional Rulers and Chiefs Edict, stating the customary law regulating succession to the title of Olu of WARRI, presents more problems than solutions to the selection process. The Shekiris from across the divide seem to agree on one thing, that is, the edict needs to be amended. They say until an amendment is done, the Shekiri nation will always witness crisis whenever the need arises for the selection of a new Olu.
The first edict was faulted by many people. Even some people went to court, 1979 edict. So some people saw it as a traditional fraud, that some group of persons used their influence to do that edict for their selfish interest so that they can have authority over Ishekiri.
Just like many other Ishekiri people, Chief Johnson Amashunelege, the Iyashere and acting Ologboshere of WARRI, believes that the 1979 edict governing the selection process to the exalted position of Olu of WARRI was rigged against Ishekiri interest. This lack of faith in the edict and the many contradictions therein continue to generate disagreements over the criteria for the determination of candidates for the revered Olu STOOL of WARRI Kingdom. Little wonder, therefore, that upon Chief Amashunelege's presentation of 37-year-old Prince Shola Emiko as Olu designate, certain voices of objection emerged within the Shekiri nation. Their grouse was that the young prince fell short of the requirements stipulated in paragraph 4 of the 1979 edict for qualification to become the monarch of WARRI Kingdom, since his mother is of Yoruba origin. Legal practitioner and the Agogo of WARRI Kingdom, Chief Robinson Ariyo, picks holes in the edict.
The declaration that you are calling edict itself did not mention Bini, it mentioned Edo origin. So when you speak of Edo origin, necessarily you are speaking both of Bini and Yoruba, the 5 core communities that are central to Shekiri today. They all migrated from Yoruba land. Omadino, Uborodo, and the 3 others, they are from Yoruba. So any attempt to use pencil, ink, or biro to sever Yoruba from our aboriginal history is an infraction.
Knowing that the edict was faulty, former Olu of WARRI Ogame Atuashe attempted to make corrections to paragraph 4, by invoking the Afomasin to make a proclamation including Yoruba as one of the tribes and intending Olu's mother must hail from. The proclamation is supposed to be binding on all Itsekiris. However, one of the kingmakers of Warri Kingdom, the Oshodi of Warri, Chief Isaac Jemide, legal practitioner, says the proclamation is inferior to the edict.
You cannot make a proclamation which amends the law. Otherwise, all of us will be making proclamation. It's personal opinion.
Apart from the issue with paragraph 4, there are other contentious issues in the edict. Prince of Warri Kingdom and member of Guinea One ruling house, Harrison Jalla, says the 1979 edict was rigged in favor of the Emiko lineage in the ruling house. He says paragraph 2 of the edict, which stipulates that succession is limited to only the descendants of the last 3 Olus, is just a way of ensuring that only the Emikos can ascend the throne, which ordinarily should be open to all princes of Warri Kingdom.
The edict is contradictory in so many sections. It stated clearly that those who are qualified to become monarchs in the Shekiri lands will emerge from the Guinea ruling house. And down the line, in the same edict, they restricted it to the last 3 kings. I'm for the Rishemone lineage in the Shekiri kingdom. And we are princes in that lineage, and we are also qualified to put on the crown. That crown must move from one lineage to the other.
Prince Harrison Jalla, who says he is in full support of Prince Shola Emiko ascending the throne as the next Olu of Warri, insists that his opposition to the provisions of the edict is to ensure that in future all princes will be eligible to contest for the throne. In order to enthrone a smooth process for selection of an Olu and avoid possible crisis whenever the Shekiris need to crown a new monarch, Chief Isaac Jemide says the Shekiri must go back to government and ensure an amendment of the edict.
There's a due process for amending a law. The people who do the law, you go back to them. It's a government instrument. It's an edict. A declaration made under the traditional ruler, and she said it, 1979. So we would have gone back to amend it. It's proclamation, whatever it says, cannot amend this edict.
There is need to interpret the contents of that edict and amend where it is necessary, and ensure that the edict itself is acceptable to all the lineages in the Shekiri kingdom.
Meanwhile, as the reconciliation of all parties continues, Chief Edward Ekpokpo, chairman of Itsekiri Leaders of Thought, says in the interest of the Shekiri nation, all parties will eventually be reconciled.
Shekiri generally will say Shekiri PLC, Shekiri People, Land and Crown. And the Shekiri people, the land, is united by the crown. You see? So that is why we cannot allow the crown to be denigrated in any form whatsoever. So that is the essence of our serious engagement and mediation at this level. That this thing does not, the whole thing does not, snowball into a bigger. But so far, so good.
We'll find a way of amending this thing and move on in the spirit of reconciliation, in the spirit of Shekiri ethnicity, so that we don't go on with court and that and delay and all that and make this thing more rigorous, and uncomfortable for us.
As the Shekiri people gear up for the coronation of Prince Shola Emiko as the 21st Olu of Warri, what may turn out to be a royal assignment for him may be the midwifing of an amended and acceptable law governing the future selection process of an Olu of Warri Kingdom.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, is optimistic that the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, will be completely revamped and empowered to effectively deliver on its mandate to develop the Niger Delta region after the ongoing forensic audit of the intervention agency. Senator Akpabio made the observation while flagging off project sites verification exercise by NDDC field forensic auditors across 9 states of the Niger Delta recently in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. Correspondent Chika Bodozie has the report.
Field forensic auditors appointed to scrutinize operations of the NDDC over a 20-year period were recently inaugurated by Senator Akpabio to commence project sites verification across 9 states comprising the Niger Delta. At the inauguration, Akpabio noted that but for security challenges in the region, the exercise would have commenced before this time. He was, however, optimistic that the audit firms engaged for the forensic audit exercise, with their vast experience and solid reputation globally, will do a good job. The minister therefore enjoined states in the Niger Delta to cooperate with the field forensic auditors as they move into the states.
I want to urge for the cooperation of all the people of the Niger Delta region, because if we can get to the root of how we got to where we are now, I believe that the future will be better.
Acting on the request of state governors and other interest groups in the Niger Delta, President Muhammadu Buhari in October 2019 ordered a forensic audit of the NDDC operations from its inception in 2001 to August 2019. While most Niger Deltans immediately hailed the move to rid the NDDC of endemic corruption and sanitize the commission, the forensic audit was resisted by some powerful individuals perceived to be beneficiaries of the rots that rendered NDDC comatose prior to this time. At the recent inauguration of NDDC field forensic auditors in Uyo, Senator Akpabio thanked President Buhari for remaining steadfast in his determination to resuscitate the ailing commission. He said the ongoing exercise, though not yet concluded, is beginning to yield fruitful results as some erring contractors have since returned to site to complete hitherto abandoned projects.
The contractors who area collected money 10 years ago, 7 years ago, and abandoned site, in fact, they never visited the site. They've gone back to do those things. So the field forensic auditors now are moving into the 9 states of the Niger Delta. This phase is extremely important.
In line with the current philosophy of transparency and due process in the NDDC, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs directed that henceforth all NDDC projects must be verified by the forensic auditors before payments are made.
The field forensic auditors have taken over, and it's only when they approve a project has been completed and the auditors concur with them that we can think of it. Outside that, please, no more verification. Do not entertain any further verification. All contract papers not executed must be handed over to the field forensic auditors from now on.
In view of the volatile nature of the Niger Delta, an interagency security committee has been constituted and inaugurated to provide adequate security for the NDDC field forensic auditors throughout the duration of the exercise. On completion of their assignment, the field forensic auditors will transmit their findings to the NDDC headquarters for further analysis. Working as a team, the field auditors and lead auditors, including globally respected audit firm Ernst & Young, will forward a comprehensive report to Mr. President within 3 to 4 months. Inside the Niger Delta. Introducing from the heart of Nigeria's Niger Delta region, a residential estate like no other, Victoria Creek Gardens Estate, VCG2 Airport Road, Port Harcourt, River State. A blend of aesthetics, functionality and simplicity built into 600 units of safe and comfortable accommodation. Located in an urban serene environment, VCG2 Estate is just 5 minutes away from the Port Harcourt International Airport. It features an already built police station, a shopping mall, hospital, hotel, cinema, club, gym, playground, and many other facilities for your comfort. Purchase a home at our irresistible offer today for you and your family, or just simply invest in our real estate for a fantastic return on investments. For more information, call us on 070-410-01558 or visit our office at Plot 14 Woji Road, GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt, Victoria Creek Gardens Estate, Oasis in the Garden. Heritage Bank. Service, performance, respect, integrity, innovation, tenacity, excellence. Heritage Bank, your timeless wealth partner. Azikel Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Azikel Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
No fewer than 9 communities in ESSIEN UDIM local government area of Akwa Ibom State are now faced with a serious humanitarian crisis following a recent military offensive against unidentified bandits who killed 3 police officers and burned down a police station in the area. Correspondent Nelson Niger reports that over 1,600 households have been rendered homeless and several lives lost in the aftermath of the recent military operation.
4 weeks after unidentified gunmen attacked a police station in ESSIEN UDIM local government area of Akwa Ibom State, there was a violent clash between security operatives and hoodlums operating in the area, leading to the death of 3 police officers last month. A joint military operation was carried out to flush out miscreants from the area, with emphasis on Itak-Ikot-Akpan community, which was the center of the bloody crisis. Prior to the military operation, the army authorities had assured residents of their safety, noting that it was targeted at masterminds of the barbaric acts. However, the recent military operation, which involved aerial bombardment, left in its trail wanton destruction of property and loss of lives. According to a statement issued by the spokesperson of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Mohammed Yerima, the operation was successfully executed and resulted in the dislodgement of criminals, while fleeing hoodlums were neutralized by the air component. Although the army authorities did not provide figures on the human casualties during the operation, it maintained that those killed were hoodlums unleashing mayhem on several communities in ESSIEN UDIM local government area. Unfortunately, the recent military operation carried out to clamp down on daredevil criminals and restore law and order in Itak-Ikot-Akpan community has resulted in a humanitarian crisis, as no fewer than 1,600 households have been entirely displaced and are currently taking refuge in 4 locations.
We lost everything, even our parents. We don't know where to find them, even our children, our animals and our everything. We lost everything entirely. Then we run from our house to another place. Then some people help us and give us shelter and give us clothes, because we don't even carry any clothes. Even our properties, we lost in everything. That's why we are here.
Right now we have a more couple of challenges, which is just beyond security. We are talking about people who are actually displaced. Of course, you can see me trying to take down names of displaced persons, and this is where we are. And what we are also trying to reach out to corporate organizations and individuals to also come to their aid.
ESSIEN UDIM local government area of Akwa Ibom State shares boundary with neighboring Abia State, where activities of the Eastern Security Network, military wing of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, holds sway. Chairman of ESSIEN UDIM local government area, Anthony Luke, who denies links with IPOB, described the damage attendant on the recent military onslaught as collateral.
It took us time before we could unravel the mystery of the killings. So we got to know they were the ones involved, and they claimed to be members of IPOB. I don't know what they mean by IPOB in Akwa Ibom. No Akwa Ibom son or daughter will go to kill the police that is protecting him.
while it describes the action of bandits operating in the ESSIEN Odom local government area as provocative. The human rights community in the Niger Delta insists that failure to comply with the rules of engagement in the recent joint military operation was responsible for the consequent humanitarian crisis in ESSIEN Odom communities.
Not go and attack a society, a community, because your soldiers were attacked. And in attacking, the people who came to attack, they just attacked and ran away. They didn't attack and stay in the community. They don't live in the community. They are not members of that community. Why would you go and use a air bombardment? The sound of jet fighters flying alone, or the bombardment itself, as physical and as dangerous and as calamitous as it is, will remain with the people for long.
We saw it happen in Udoda, in Akugha West local government area, where there was a joint military task force claiming that civilians who were into bunkering attacked some soldiers. We equally saw it happen in AGBEDI local government area, where an entire community was sacked. So it is like a trend where security agencies pay entire community for a sin committed by 1 or 2 or 3 criminals in that community. So we are saying that criminal liabilities are not transferable. As activists, we are not supporting such bestial act, such inhuman act against our security agencies. But then, those who equally go outside the professional rules of engagement should be brought to book.
In a bid to arrest the worsening security situation in what appears to be a safe haven for violent criminals over the years, the Akwa Ibom state government recently restricted movement of motorcycle and tricycle operators in the ESSIEN Odom local government area. Obviously, the state government's action is a short-term measure adopted to deal with challenges of lawlessness and brigandage in the area. Perhaps it will take the collaborative efforts of all stakeholders, including the state government, security agencies, the communities and other interest groups to deal effectively with the menace of violent crimes visited constantly on innocent citizens and security operatives carrying out their lawful duties of protecting lives and properties in ESSIEN Odom local government area of Akwa Ibom State.
Inside the Niger Delta.
A one-day training program has been organized for leaders of cooperatives in SAGBAMA, EKEREMOR Federal Constituency of Bayelsa State. The program, initiated as part of the constituency project of Honorable Fred AGBEDI, member representing SAGBAMA EKEREMOR Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, was organized to teach cooperative leaders how to manage funds to benefit their members. Correspondent Lovely Ofigo tells us more.
Recently, cooperatives comprising small business owners in SAGBAMA EKEREMOR Federal Constituency of Bayelsa State were given financial grants of between 2 million naira to 5 million naira to boost their businesses. In a bid to sustain the credit scheme launched as part of Honorable AGBEDI's constituency project, a one-day training workshop was organized for presidents and secretaries of benefiting cooperatives. At the workshop, former Director General of Bureau of Cooperative Development in Bayelsa State, Chief John Ala, and a cooperative consultant, Emume Jakpo Ogenekokiruru, advised cooperatives to imbibe the culture of savings and investments.
That syndrome of share the money, they should drop that toga. It's a characteristic, they should drop it. Cooperative monies are never shared. They are given that as loans and they begin to revolve. And before you know it, this money will multiply. And so I have always appealed to them. They should drop that idea of sharing. It's not taking them anywhere.
The purpose is to train the presidents, the secretaries, and so that they know their own duties in order to carry the cooperative to the next level. Like the French adage says, don't give people fish, teach them how to fish so that they can develop. I think that's exactly what the young man is doing for his people.
Some of the beneficiaries who expressed gratitude to Honorable AGBEDI for launching the credit scheme said they found the training workshop very useful.
I have come to realize that in forming cooperative, those of you that are leaders are supposed to frontier the common welfare of the entire cooperative, not a personal interest matter. Even when you are given the grant, that grant is not meant for sharing. It's meant to boost the capital base of the cooperative so as to improve and better the strength of the money coming in so that members can benefit if you trade well with it.
I've been able to know things I didn't know about cooperative, but like being responsible and being accountable as regards your cooperative society and activities.
With this training, we are learning more, we are having another new vision to carry on the cooperative society to be a great level.
The training of leaders of cooperatives is one of several events organized under the Economic Empowerment Scheme of Honorable AGBEDI as part of his constituency project in SAGBAMA EKEREMOR Federal Constituency.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screen. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for these stories and many more on the Niger Delta. Till next week, I am Mamode Akugha, thanking you for staying with us. Bye for now.